Next on Worcester News Tonight, the spotlight is on the candidates running for mayor in the city as they take the stage for a debate. And in custody, 2 people now facing charges in a deadly weekend stabbing near a Worcester park. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kayla Mamalak. A Worcester man will face a judge again on Tuesday. He is charged with murder in the stabbing of 33-year-old Carlos Estrada. Police made 2 arrests in the deadly weekend stabbing at Crystal Park. Our Olivia Lemon has been following new developments and has the story.
Anthony Chambers appears in Worcester District Court Monday. The Worcester man is charged with murder after police say he stabbed a 33-year-old man in Crystal Park Saturday night. An
argument between the victim and the male and female. What the argument was about, we're not sure yet. We're still working on that. And that during the course of the argument that this victim was stabbed and then eventually succumbed to the injuries.
31-year-old Erica Mullen also faced a judge Monday. She's charged with accessory after the fact and misleading a police investigation.
We do believe that this was not a random incident, that the 3 parties involved were engaged in this altercation.
Joseph Ortiz lives near Crystal Park. He says even though there's a lot of violence in the area, he still feels safe because he doesn't get involved.
People, they try to attach a negative stigma without even really coming here and seeing what it's about. People just really need to get to know the streets, and not just the gangs that are on them.
Police say the attack does not appear to be gang-related, but the investigation is still ongoing.
We have a few theories right now that we're working on. We just can't say right now because it is ongoing.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Well, we're just a month away from elections in Worcester, and tonight a forum once again put the spotlight on the candidates for city councilor at large. 12 candidates are running for 6 positions on the council. Tonight we're hearing from some of what challengers had to say about their reasons for running.
Public safety, improving education, being responsive and representative government for the citizens of the city of Worcester, and the only candidate with a comprehensive economic plan to bring jobs and expand the tax base.
And as a frontline social worker, I do a lot of diversion programs at Worcester Public Schools, Worcester Juvenile Court. I also engage with the Gang Unit Police Office on public safety issues. I really feel we need a community voice to round out this council.
What I'm doing is I'm asking, being that we've seen the city of Worcester change, we need to get the representation of the city council that looks like the representation of the city.
If you're not listening to everyone, then you're not listening. I think that I represent a young, motivated aspect of our city that has not been civically engaged, as some people have said up here, and needs to get involved.
But I believe any governing body can benefit for a change in perspective, new vision, and new skill sets. And I believe I have the ability to serve this city well.
The main thing I've come to understand is that Worcester needs to become a city that says yes. Yes to small business, yes to entrepreneurship, yes to thinking outside the box, and we need to say yes to becoming one of the nation's great cities. This starts with making it easier to open small businesses, expanding our tax base by welcoming developers, reaching graduates, and providing sustainable pathways of change for young and disadvantaged people.
Well, thank you.
And Tuesday night we'll hear from the incumbent city councilors as well as the 3 candidates for mayor. Well, a big boost for a city elementary school. It receives a donation of new equipment to help take their lessons to the next level.
Education is always changing. If we taught our students today the way we did yesterday, we wouldn't get anywhere.
It's one reason the Union Hill School celebrated Monday as their teachers unwrapped new MacBooks and iPads. Special ed teacher Nolise Irizarry says this innovation will provide a multi-platform education for all learners.
Siri is now a member of our classroom, by the way. So it just brings a world of information at our fingertips.
The donation is made possible by an Apple grant called Connect Ed. Union Hill is the first of 109 schools across the country to get the new equipment.
It's thrilling to see, but not as thrilling it's going to be to see students actually using it and to really see how this technology will take their learning to a new direction.
While teachers got their new tools Monday, students will get iPads for classroom use later this week. Principal Marie Morse says it's a new era for the school.
It's a change in how we work and a change in the way how students learn. The technology that we're going to be able to provide for our students will give them multiple ways to understand diverse topics.
An update now to what was described as a wild scene outside of the Worcester Palladium Friday night. Worcester police say 5 men were arrested when police tried to disperse a crowd outside the venue for the I Love College tour. Officers used pepper spray to try and break up the crowd. The charges against the 5 men range from resisting arrest to disorderly conduct. The 5 men will be arraigned tomorrow morning. None of the men are actually from Worcester. A car rolls over in the city this afternoon. It took place around 1:30 on Houghton Street. This is video after the emergency personnel and tow truck drivers flipped the Subaru back over. Police inside the vehicle were reportedly able to get out. There is no word on their condition yet. Police in Northbridge are warning residents to lock up their cars. The advisory follows several break-ins overnight. Our Andy Madison spoke with residents and has our story.
My daughter's forever telling me, Mom, lock the car. And I said, who's going to steal it? It's an old car. But that doesn't make any difference, I guess.
It's good advice for those in Whitensville after several cars were broken into overnight. Linda Janest lives on Hill Street, near one of the areas hit. Her daughter is making sure they keep all valuable items inside.
Laptop, computers, anything like that, don't leave them in your car.
Word of the break-ins is spreading throughout the town.
The wife told me about it, that there have been a rash of car break-ins around this particular area.
Hill Street, South Tessier Street, and Lovelace Lane, just a few of the neighborhoods with reported break-ins. One neighbor telling us some cars were unlocked. Another saying he's making sure to be aware of his surroundings.
This is close to home now, and it makes you more vigilant about people that you see and walking the streets and everything.
Police say no cars were damaged and are working on getting a suspect description.
Like I said,
Bill Robidoux wasn't one of the victims, but has had it happen in the past and knows what it feels like.
To have it stolen, it hurts. I mean, some of the items can't be replaced.
I hope they find who it is.
In Whitensville, Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.
Thanks, Andy. And Connecticut State Police have arrested a man who's accused of attacking a woman in WIllington and then assaulting a man who tried to come to her rescue. The attack was reported on Balaz Road at 3:40 yesterday morning. According to police, the suspect, identified as Daniel Bitcon, choked the female victim and hit her in the head several times. When another victim heard the woman's screams, he ran out of his house to help, and Bitcon hit him with a tree limb. Bitcon was taken into custody and is facing a number of charges, including second-degree assault with a weapon. Scary moments for passengers on board a flight bound for Boston. The American Airlines plane had to be diverted after its pilot died midway through the flight. Alicia Palumbo has more details.
Boston-bound American Airlines Flight 550 was forced to make an emergency landing Monday morning after the pilot became ill on the red-eye flight from Phoenix. The concerned co-pilot can be heard radioing in to air traffic controllers in Syracuse, New York.
The medical emergency, captain is incapacitated. As long as they have a way to get on the airplane quickly, we'll need them to get to the captain. Thank you.
We were just told that the pilot wasn't feeling well and they had to land in Syracuse instead of Boston.
You could tell we were landing, but it was obvious we weren't in Boston. When we landed, there was ambulances, fire trucks, police, so we knew it was something. It must have been something serious.
The 147 passengers and 5 crew members on board the Airbus A320 were not only met by emergency crews on the tarmac, but a tarp was put up between the ambulance and the cockpit door. American Airlines later informed passengers and confirmed to NECN that the pilot had passed away.
You know, you put your life in this guy's hands, and next thing you know, he's gone.
It's just really sad.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to the family. I think they handled it very well, but who knows what really went on in that cockpit.
Many had praise for the co-pilot for keeping calm and landing safely in a stressful situation.
And it could have been more of a disaster. Give the co-pilot a lot of credit for keeping us cool in mid-flight.
The pilot has not been identified pending notification of next of kin. American Airlines did confirm that this was not a Boston-based crew. At Logan Airport in Boston, Alicia Palumbo, Worcester News Tonight.
And the search continues for a missing cargo ship which was lost at sea during Hurricane Joaquin. Aboard the vessel is Massachusetts native Keith Griffin. Greg Wayland has more.
I'd like to let everybody know that we remain hopeful that Keith and the entire crew of the El Faro will be found safe.
Keith Griffin, 33, engineer aboard the El Faro, a 2005 graduate of Mass Maritime Academy. A campus of 1,500 cadets knows that one of its graduates is unaccounted for.
These are one of those days that
that mariners fear.
Everyone at Mass Maritime gets training in survival gear.
As you can see, taking it out of the suit, out of the plastic bag, you see it's a full suit, and it's neoprene, it's fully watertight. It's designed to keep you afloat and dry under extreme conditions.
But the conditions that Keith Griffin and his crewmates faced if they were in the water may have been beyond their coping.
Having 100-mile-per-hour winds, the wind-swept water, you know, whatever, it's swept off the top of waves. It makes breathing difficult.
And in the meantime, our thoughts and our prayers go out to Keith's family and to the families of all the mariners that are on board.
Greg Wayland for Worcester News Tonight.